Hey everyone, it's Becca. I'm back. I wanted to do a check-in for specifically the Divine Feminine and how she's actually dealing with this whole karmic situation and this three-party situation for those masculines who are in a karmic relationship and their three-party energies. Okay, I did get the new Sonia Chiquette deck, the Divine Energy Oracle. I actually had this deck in my Amazon wish list for a very long time. It finally released on December 31st. I really am enjoying this deck. So I did want to use that today. But first, let's go ahead and go over what the tarot had to say about the feminine and how she's dealing with this whole three-party situation, karmic situation. So the first card that came up is the Queen of Swords. So I believe I spoke about this in the video entitled Sage That Shit, where it really talks about the importance of healing. Okay, I said it then. I'll say it again. When we are in these times of strife and confusion and just situations like this, it's when we go into the Queen of Swords energy. Okay, because the Queen of Swords, out of all the queens, she's the one who really uses more of her intellect rather than her heart. Okay, it's when she has to go within her headspace and really analyze things on an intellectual level, and she can't let her heart get in the way of that. Okay, so I'm really not surprised to see that the Queen of Swords is coming up, because the Queen of Swords is very independent. She's all about clarity, wanting to know the truth, getting to the bottom of the truth, and again, analyzing the situation intellectually. All right, so she is in queen status, but she is in the Queen of Swords energy. Okay, so she's showing up as so. And so the next card that we have is the Five of Swords. So she's in queen status because she understands that there is this conflict. Look, you see a gentleman who is looking behind at the woman and seeing the swords that he's basically put in her back. And this is what the conflict is that as long as the masculine continues to entertain this three-party situation, well, it's basically putting swords in the back of the feminine. Okay, however, look at him. He's looking behind. He understands that he's doing this to her. Okay, he understands, because he's looking back at her. So he's aware. All right, he is aware, and she's aware. She's aware that this conflict is still in existence. And it's a problem. Okay, so she does have to guard herself, with the sword that she's carrying there. She does have to guard herself from this conflict. Okay, so she is guarding herself, but the conflict obviously is still there. But it does make her feel left out in the cold. Okay, because we have the Five of Pentacles. You see a woman, with a child, in this case. I suppose there are some feminines who actually do have children with their masculines, but not all of them. But basically what this is saying is that, she understands that a lot of the conflict is that, he's betraying her by continuing to be in this third party situation and leaving her out in the cold at the same time. Okay, so she understands that. So we do have, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is all about planning, planning, and having to make a choice. All right. So, while she's in, the Queen of Swords energy, using her intellect, she is having to plan and make some choices for herself. All right, because she is left out in the cold. She understands that this conflict is still in existence. Okay, so as we go into the oracles, this card will make a little more sense. But she is planning And she is having to make some choices, all right? So, but then the Tower came up, all right? So, when the Tower comes up, it's a shakeup, all right? You know, Tower moments are something that come into our lives that shake things up. And, they can awaken the situation, okay? They can awaken the situation. Now, what I like, though, is that the next card that came up with this Tower is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is, he's someone who is, slow and steady. Obviously, if he is participating in these three-party situations, he's very slow in his decisions. He's very slow in moving towards the feminine. But, here's the thing. When he comes in as the Knight of Pentacles, you know, he's coming in slow, but at least when he does come in, he'll come in with something substantial to offer her, okay? So that is the good thing. It is slow, but it is substantial. And the fact that, it came up with, next to this Tower, this is telling me that there's going to be a shakeup in the masculine's life, okay? That is going to slowly bring him in towards his feminine, okay? And why is this going to happen? Well, the next card that we have is the Four of Cups, okay? So because it is next to, the masculine as a knight, it is next to it. This is telling me that this card is specifically for the masculine. Not only that, but he came up again with the next card. So it's in between two males, okay? So I know that this card is for the masculine, all right? So basically what this is saying is there's going to be a shakeup in the masculine's life, okay? He's going to have a Tower moment that's going to bring him slowly towards his feminine. The reason why is because he's going to realize that he does not want to be with the karmic anymore, okay? Because the Four of Cups is about not wanting love from somebody, okay? But it just doesn't make sense that this would be saying that he doesn't want love from the feminine because he's coming in as a knight, okay? He's coming in slow and steady with an offer towards the feminine. So this is just telling me that this shakeup is going to bring him towards the feminine because he's realizing that he doesn't want to be with the karmic, okay? This is what this is telling me. And then the next card that we have is the the King of Swords. So this is how I know that this Four of Cups is for the karmic, all right? Because first he's coming in slow and steady towards the feminine after this shakeup, okay? This shakeup that's going to happen between him and the karmic, all right? He's going to realize that he's not going to want to be with her anymore, so he's going to come in slow and steady. But then once he comes in slow and steady and, makes this slow and steady offer, then he's going to progress from a knight to a king, okay? And then he is going to be coming in as the King of Swords. So then he'll be coming in with clarity, okay? He will also be coming in with clarity. But what's also interesting is that he's showing up as the King of Swords while she's showing up as the Queen of Swords. So this is the match, all right? So this is how I know that he's going to have a shakeup, all right? He's going to have a shakeup that's going to bring him in slow and steady towards the feminine because he does not want to be with the karmic anymore. And then he's going to progress from a knight to a king, okay? So I feel like whatever this shakeup is going to be is going to make him come to realizations. He's going to use his intellect on this, and he's going to have clarity, and he's going to finally realize that, he needs to be with this feminine, that he wants to be with this feminine, that he loves this feminine, okay? And he's going to move towards her very slowly, but he will progress from a knight to a king, so that's good, all right? So in the meantime, until this actually happens, we do still have, this Two of Wands that, the feminine is still having to consider, all right? She's still having to consider a choice, and she's still having to consider some plans for herself, all right? So the oracles that did come up for her was nurturing herself first. So, while all this is, still delayed, while all this is still going on, while the masculine is still having to figure some things out, the feminine is really, she needs to just come into her own power and just nurture herself first, okay? She can't really be putting all her energy into the masculine. She needs to nurture herself, okay? And then the next card was love yourself. She has to love herself, and she has to nurture herself. She has to be number one to herself first, okay? She's got to stop putting the masculine first. She's got to be number one to her, all right? So then we had trust the divine plan. And it's interesting because, the Two of Wands is about planning, and then this is also talking about a plan. So, while she's, so the point is this: listen, you feminines out there, you can't put your life on hold. Okay, you cannot put your life on hold waiting for this tower moment to happen that's going to bring in your masculine, okay? It's really all up to the divine, okay? And we just have to trust that. We have to trust that it's going to happen, and we have to believe that it's going to happen. But in the meantime, we can't sit around and wait. We have to love ourselves. We have to move forward, nurturing ourselves only, okay? Until those things actually do take place, okay? So always try to remember that, we have to be number one to ourselves. So, and then the last card, I'm sorry, this is a quick one, but, the last card that we did, that I did pull was love, all right? This is from the Guardian Angel cards. So it says negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose, and unleash your divine potential through the power of love. Yeah, again, and that's what I said in the healing video as well, where I did speak of, we are, as feminines, when we're going through this situation, we really have to come into our Queen of Swords power. We have to heal ourselves, okay? Whenever we feel down, or we feel, sabotaging, like it says in this, when we sabotage ourselves for the pursuit of happiness, we have to remember that we do have angels that are there to help us and guide us, and we have to allow this healing light to flow in our heart. So, there are many ways that you can do this. You can consciously try to tell yourself, that we can consciously tell ourselves that we have to be nurturing to ourselves and love ourselves, okay? But, you can also, some practices that, some people will say is to, just kind of imagine a white light that is shining over you, and you can radiate that light, with your intention to really get rid of negative feelings, okay? It's not always, easy. It is difficult at times, but it is something that we have to do, okay? Because at the end of the day, we have to heal ourselves, and we have to be number one to ourselves. So, as long as we can remember that, love will shine through, and, divine planning will eventually arise, okay? So we just have to believe in that. And that is the message. I know that was a short one. It's I do have some readings I have to do tonight, so I wanted to kind of keep this short. But in the end, I do feel like things will work out. We just have to believe in it. And, that's all that we can do for now. But that is it, and I will talk to you all soon. So once again, if you have questions, I have answers, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.